What's up, you guys? Zoeb here for OneGlanceTrader.com, and welcome to episode 15 of my eToro copy trading journal. And if you're brand new to this series, you can click the link down below, which takes you back right to the beginning where I invested $1,000 across 5 copy traders. And in this particular video, we're going to go through my July performance. And again, the whole point of this is to show you the good times and the bad times. You can see here clearly I'm up overall in terms of profit. But July was not a great month for me, and we'll go into that in a little bit more detail. But where I want to spend the bulk of this video is going into the two brand new copy traders that I've invested in, and I've invested $200 into each of these copy traders, and we'll go into their stats and their profiles and why I've decided to copy them. So, as I mentioned before, we can see over here that we are $102 up in profit. And so I've invested now about 4.7K, 4.65K dollars into this portfolio, and I don't do any of my own trading. So all my money is invested into copy traders, which mimics their trade. So if they place a trade on a long buy on Microsoft, for example, it will take a proportionate percentage of their position across the amount I've invested in that individual and place the same trade. So that's basically how this platform works, is mimicking other traders' trades. And where I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to have a diverse portfolio across a number of different copy traders that are investing in different asset classes, which will then give me the diversity across the overall portfolio. So what we're going to do now is have a quick look at my overall stats. And you can see overall, we started back in November, we were up 2.24% for November, December, and then had a good start to January, February, and then we had that inflation scare back in March, which I was seeing like minus 8-9%, and we are back now, or closed at minus 1%. Did some good recovery in April and May. June was a really good month for us, and then you can see July, it was my worst losing month of minus 3%. And similar kind of things, inflation scares. A lot of the people in my portfolio are heavily invested in growth stocks, which again, they've not been having the best of times from February onwards for the rest of the year. But this is why we kind of hedge our bets. And if you look at the portfolio of all my traders that I've got in there, you will notice some of them have been minus 9% in July. Some of them were up 4% in July, which again gives me the aggregated minus 3%, because this portfolio is still quite heavily weighted into kind of stocks, and with the crypto crash and all these other different types of things inside there. So we can see that here. We've got average risk score of 4, and I've still got two loyal copy traders in there, which is absolutely great. And then if we look at the portfolio, and we sort it down by P&L, you can see here that J is the one that's still 23% of the portfolio, is on their biggest weighted with the highest P&L, and we've still got a number of people in minus here with Yahoo and Federico. They are very, very. These two are the ones that are weighting down my portfolio at the moment, because they invest quite heavily into growth stock sectors, which haven't done that well. Is counteracting by all the good work that Jay and Oliver and Maciek is doing. And if we just have a quick look at my chart, so what the chart looks at is it assumes, I think it's based on a $10,000 account, and I've added more money as time's gone on, and I've also added new traders as kind of time has gone on. But what this graph looks at is the accumulation, that if I started on day one with the portfolio I kind of have now, how that portfolio would have done over time. So over here we're still looking, we had a very, very good start of around 10%, but overall it's still looking that if I started with the portfolio I have now back in November 2020, will be at 8.7%. So overall I'm still not too disappointed. even though we've had some dips and dips and troughs inside this place, but we are still trending kind of upwards. And I expect as the market kind of recovers and all the FUD that's out there in the market, expecting this kind of portfolio to kind of increase as time goes on. So that's the update. July, not the best month. We started okay in the first couple of trading days in terms of August, but I'll give a full update on August in a couple of weeks' time to see how August is getting on, and then I'll give you the monthlies. So I wanted to just then talk about the two new copy traders that I've added. The first one is an Italian chap called Iron Popper. And there's a few reasons why I've done that. And if you guys are brand new, I've done a video on how I filter my kind of copy traders and how I find, in my personal view, really good copy traders. And one of the criteria I look at is consistency. And you can see here his history dates back to 2020. He's not making huge gains on a monthly basis, but the key thing here is he's making consistent gains. So he made 16.7% last year, and at the moment he's currently on 7.5%. And I'm interested when I look at is March and July. So March and July were my two poor months, as we saw in my portfolio. And what I really want to look at is someone that has bettered those numbers, or even better have had green months during those times, which then tells me that they are diverse slightly away from what the whole consensus of my portfolio is kind of weighted to. And so he's had no losing months, and by definition, if he's had no losing month, he's done better than I have performed in March and July, and overall he's performed better than my overall portfolio, which is sitting at, what was it, about 2.5-3%. He's at 7.5%. So overall he's performed better than my aggregated portfolio. And the next thing I look at, I'm not too fussed about average risk score and things like that. And he's only got 5 copiers. I'm surprised he's only got 5 copiers inside there, considering he's been around for over a year now, and he's not had a losing month. Probably because it's not sexy returns like 4,000%. The bit I like is the number of trades and his holding time. So I've talked about as many times on my channel is I don't copy open trades, and I'm planning to do a video on that soon about the reasons why and things that I'm doing behind the scenes in my virtual account, which I'll go into at some point in the future. But so my $200 that I've got invested, if I wanted to eat up that capital or utilize that capital, I need to make sure that he's placing a lot of trades. And as you can see, he's done 33 trades a week on average, and he doesn't hold them for that long. So I'm not looking for people that have, placed 15 trades a year and hold them for like 4 months at a time. That's not what I'm interested in, because otherwise my capital is just going to sit idle and not be invested. So that's the reason why I've gone for Ion. And again, if you want to check out his stats or any of my trader stats, the links are down below, as well as the first link is my own stats, so you can see in real time how I'm performing. The next one is Victor Pedersen. I've talked about Victor as well on the channel before, or someone that I was watching. And he's been around now for nearly 3 years, and 100%, 68%, 17.52%. And what's interesting, what you notice here is the 2 months that he was in red in 2021 are the same 2 months I was in red. But again, he's performed better than I did as an aggregate of my portfolio, and he's performed better overall in the market than my portfolio. So 2 tick boxes there. And he's consistent. He's got the track record that he is consistent inside the space. And again, you can see here he's got a huge amount of copiers inside to his name. He's a popular investor, which is good. And he's still also placing a lot of trades. So my $200 will get invested quickly, and I'm hoping for good things for Victor and for Ion. And because now eToro changed, the minimum you can invest inside eToro is 200, whereas 500 over the previous months, and that's great. If you only got a small amount of capital to invest $200 into a copy trader. So That's why I've gone with 2 as opposed to 1 at 500, which I've previously done. I've gone for 2 traders for $200 each, and then I'll see how they go. And then as they perform well, I'll add more to those particular copy traders that are doing well. So similar to what I've done with Jay, and I think I've got about $1,000 of the 4 grand, that 4.8k that I've got invested inside Jay. So again, the links are down below if you want to go check out those guys. Hopefully that kind of makes sense on why I've done it. Comment down below on who you guys are copying or anyone I should consider looking at on this channel. And I shall see you guys in the next video.